there are definitely many things which you can learn from the people. If you're guided by this principle, you'll be surprised how pleasant life can be even under trying conditions. Importance utterance of his HIM, Volume 2. HIM.
He is Grand Majesty.
Imperial Majesty.
Yes.
Keep the eyes. So like even some of these things, right? Because how do we learn? We learn from people. We learn from each other, right? All experiences that we have from life.
They don't have to go college and university to learn them. Things is very simple. Yeah. So turn inside.
The work of rehabilitating people who had experienced moral breakdown and whose culture had been undermined.
Pretty. You hear what you say? Rome is speaking about the war in 1935. When Rome invaded Ethiopia and killed millions of people. The moral breakdown. They sent back Ethiopia a long place. When his Majesty go for justice in Geneva conference, they boo him. What do you tell them? The Almighty and history shall be the judgment. Today is Ethiopia, tomorrow will be all done. And then after that, Belgium, France, Spain, all of them broke out in war. The second war in 1941. So the king come, his words come to pass. Because he was set up the Leagues of Nations. All the charter in the Leagues of Nations, what they have in the United Nations. He said that's I set up that.
Oh wow.
Yeah. You mean? You set up all them things. Why you feel born into Muslim, he could have invaded Ethiopia? Because you see just how they have deacon every 6 months. He had a CARICOM.
Yeah.
Just so it was in the League of Nations.
Oh, wow.
So Rome get the power. Born into Muslim. So when the king, because the king wanted Rome, he said, listen, don't invade my country. And Muslim make the man feel the road and then invade the country. And when he goes for justice, that they won. But the judge, all up to this thing, you see they running out France, England, right now, they're supposed to bring back all the artifacts they were from Ethiopia. They tell the Ethiopian government, come for it. They say, listen, we didn't bring that in. Hire a plane and bring back everything, because they know once they're back in Ethiopia, so it don't fall in England. Everybody go ahead, and Ethiopia getting out. I feel that way, the Empress, because I want to meet the Empress in Grenada now. Okay. She live in New York. Okay. Yeah. She live in New York. She in Greens here now. She just be here. But here she this morning, but she had to go out. Because she would have been present to give certain things. And she even sure I tell them, no, that works so. That can never work. I live in St. David. One other man, they were living in St. David. You see Ulrich? He alone live in a place called Content. But at the end, they listen to Andrews. He live Sotes. Daniel is from St. Andrews. I from St. David. You see a presumptuous, them man is, and they say, I presumptuous. Well, you find, since you come here, you find I the presumptuous?
No.
Never. Because why? We share certain things. And the judges asking them to go, they want to bring me. I get invitation and someone else to go. That's what they feel out right up.
It's only then that one understands that everything needs to be started from scratch.
The Ethiopian and the world, the first constitution. Okay, remember we didn't have no constitution from 1837. Look, all the masters and then when they supposed to pay the slaves, they're still taking them. Because remember they abuse us to plant the cane and cotton without no pay. Now they're compensating, the masters still taking them on. And look, because I will show them, brother, yes, reparation and restoration is good, but for I prefer repatriation. Like go and see the continent. And that reparation and restoration is something that never reach Africa. They get comfortable out here. And they have to be careful fighting them on for that, because we still under these people's system. So why we want them to apologize to me and we still honor the system?
Yeah, the money goes back. We give you the money comes right back.
Right, everything. And they won't make any profits again. So the slavery rich, they take every the shackles and the chain from our feet and put it up here. Remember the 7 senses? 2 ears. This is the nostril, your eyes, like 6 animals. And yeah, the last year, the first.
It is surely not accidental that in the 9th session of the Summit of the Heads of States and Government of the Organization of African Unity, it was unanimously resolved that in unison all 41 member states should join in celebrating the 80th anniversary of the Emperor's birth as a token of the recognition of his leadership.
I'm pretty his birth, that's the 23rd of July. Should I say born? That's what we just celebrate. That. We just celebrate the 7th of January. Ethiopia Christmas. Then we celebrate in April. That was the last time we visit the Caribbean. We visit Jamaica in the north, Haiti in the west, Barbados in the east, and Trinidad in the south. Come up to June, they celebrate sometimes Howell. Howell is a great, he bring forward the blessing in Jamaica with the coronation and certain things. His brother, his parents, he was getting crazy. They did him for 2 years. He's the doctor, the psychiatric doctor, they bring their own son and nothing into the man, the doctor said, listen, the man only knows things that they don't know. He was crazy. Then you come forward like the 23rd of July. You come in flesh. Then we come forward in place like November, the coronation. So we celebrate this as being the man. Okay. 7 lights, 3 lights. They celebrate Jamaica, celebrate the visit in 1966 April. His Majesty put a 4th block and built a school in Jamaica. Yeah, man. Where England came and tried to build a prison for Jamaica, so that's why build a school. They tell you, if they never listen bones, that's bones. No visitor in the world ever people gather as when the king visit in Jamaica. Whether the Pope, whether Queen of England, no one. So that's why create so much things in Jamaica. Some people say they lie because they don't know better. The white girl gardens, there's some mess and that's why visit when you go forward. The white garden was taking a tick and the black garden was shipping at the door. There's a policeman in London who used to suffer Rasta because Rasta used to get jailed. One of the brethren, soldiers who was guarding the king in the hotel, he became Rasta. Right now the people in Jamaica want Rasta to rule. Rasta is real. Now come anytime I meet Rasta, it's come to them in a real man. Was Rasta must speak about Haile Selassie and everybody must. Once it's real Rasta, you must speak about Haile Selassie and the other and the precept because that was shown when I was real people don't know. Only when they read that, you know. But the other people I don't know the ice cuts and I just laugh. Because he just sit up here and shall laugh together. So the king wrote this problem. So the question and the answer.
So the question is, the great
so a man asking the king
the question that the great progress made in the field of science has contributed to the weakening of the influence of religion and has deprived man of the inner calm that he so much needs for his spiritual well-being. What is your Majesty's opinion on this matter?
Give the king answer.
His answer is, it's only when the human mind is guided by religion and morality that man can acquire the necessary vision with all his ingenious inventions and contrivances to really useful and beneficial purposes.
So pretty, when it's not this kind of religion they have in them parties. Not them kind of religion. Passion. You have to accept. None of the people in Greece accept that, not even France accept that Rasta. And there is discipline and respect. Because if you don't have that, you would work this way work. You have to know how to talk to staff. You have to know how to deal with people. So you have to take the broom and sweep. Because the sweeper don't come. You're the manager, what are you doing? You want to take out somebody from working to come and sweep. No, so you don't sweep your house? You have to be joking. You face reality. You show the guy. If the man who built a house, don't go to no second or no university, and he could build a house, how you go to university?
We all need each other.
Every day. So when the Prime Minister came for the house, the brother shot, they should keep about me. It's not a way dead body. Yeah, Prince Nana shot that. First man. Yeah. I know you could, and then he come forward. He said, legalizing it within a priority. Because he might know why. I don't know. I the judge, he know why. But look now. The Prime Minister did by who? A tree. That told you all that. The one that people want that weird. What this man do? This man crazy? Weird? Reading by that job? But they don't know better. So some you have to enlighten them. But if they want to learn. Now when the king should have an open And you don't finish, read constant, reading is good.
Progress of science can be said to be harmful to religion only insofar as it is used for evil aims and not because it claims a priority of religion in its revelation to man.
The man has to sell the doll and juice and sandwich and things and the wall there, you know. When I came forward, the empress, the woman there, she said, "Farmer, you get caught." She said, "No, you have blood in my house, you know. You have blood in my room, you know. And we nobody there." But the enemies, they can't wait because it's good. Oh boy, when you see the scripture, if they and them study people about manner. This man I read somebody thing in the scripture, he's real good. He perfect. Because I don't think that happens. You know, I say they don't believe in that, but most of the people say they don't believe in them. I learned that. Man, I learned them things that at least no man can come and you can check. I just listening, I listen. Friends, I say listen. I don't go down there. I was down there already. I grew up in the church. I was old to go to church. You know? I go to church since I had 14 and 15 years. And when they give us the 25 cents for the collection, and we watch us going on with the $4 pass and watch us, the 25 cents thing we pocket. And we put our hands over. We don't put nothing there. So when church over, we're going to buy something to eat. Because the priest gone up at his home and eat it now. And we have to walk a whole mile and a half. And the people who come from church, they just have their rights. What do you mean, miss? Which I talk facts. So I don't bother with these people. As I tell you, I don't fight them. But I don't go in on that way. Don't get me. Kiss me and I don't boast. I don't bother. I don't have time for them. I come for reasoning. Because I follow the scripture. And Ethiopia mentioned in the Bible 34 times, place in the day. 34, the first place in the scripture mentioned in Exodus chapter 2 in Ethiopia. You go to Psalm 68. You go to, his foundation is in the holy mountain and the sky. The Almighty built the gates of Zion more than the dwelling of Jacob. That means Israel is the next place. Glorious things are spoken of the old city of the Ayah, carry with Ethiopia. This one was born in, and this and that man was born in her. And the highest of himself shall establish her, because Ethiopia is a woman. And is a man, masculine and feminine. Because remember, these people in Ethiopia, what is this original people are done in Israel. And a child from Abraham and Isaac and Jacob and Joseph, the younger Joseph. They sold him for Egypt. And when the famine hit Israel, they had also go down in Egypt by the brother, but he recognized them, but they don't recognize him. He speaks to them rough, he give them the corn, he give them back the money. So that will show people, as the saying, the stone they build that you feel sometimes must be the corner. Not every time the Irish have that being about the first move. They get vexed, you know that? Why you shoot? Shoot me photo, why shoot and kill him? He attacked the cutlass too. Officer, you're wicked. The man didn't attack the cutlass, why you shoot him and kill him? And that police officer, you know how to train to get that cutlass from the man. Because you know cutlass must come so. He must come so. So you take him. He comes so. You run on him, he can come back. Simple. So you see, them book, I study them. Study the book called, I have a book on home too. I read the Muslim Bible. The Quran. I read all in that. One of the words Bible I wrote, I read it, is the Ethiopian with Bible, the new translation.
How do you say that?
Yeah, because when I say that, the things are there is far from even the King James. Very far. Like they wrote it to suit them. Really, how they live. There is a suffering and of their life. If you read Exodus 20, the people read far. Really say adultery is very high in Grenada. Adultery is very high. No, you ever heard us speak about that? No. They don't care how you live. They don't business how you live. So they have to set a good example. They will set a good example. And yet we don't fight them. We don't bother them. We just speak that because to reason. But that don't bother me. Because if you don't come to interview me, you don't know interview today. Right. And I appreciate. So going forward and on the home side now, you want to show you? Security. Community develop. You see that in Rastafari? Answer me, you see that?
My experience now. It's frustrating.
check. They didn't burn it at because of something. When they read it, they didn't get it burned to it. And the Bible is a judgment book. And the Bible speaks about good and evil. So you have to know where to fall in it. Now I walk in to be good. I'm not perfect, but I don't want to be wrong. Give thanks for everything and for that great interview. I pray that you will be prosperous, not only for Greens to but for the world. Because they know we far back. Real far. As they know we should be far advanced. We should have exporting that long time. And having our own medicine, the tea. I don't know from the I don't feel like I don't know, I can know everything. If I say I know everything, I will be a liar.
Yeah, never.
So how far they reach now in grade? Because I ain't getting no.
Let's see. Right now, there is, from the financial aspect of the EC, are pushing for Grenada to step up. We know, anticipate within 5 months to be legal. From my understanding, is going to decriminalize. We haven't shown how many grams yet. Grenada itself, the administration wants to push for medical. But people want to say, no, we don't want medical because of what's happening in St. Vincent. Most people do not go buy medical. They still go to either the illicit market or to farmers, the Rastafarians, or anybody else who have it. From a medical standpoint, it's not sustainable. So here in Grenada, we don't want that. And then looking to legalize for personal use. X amount of plants, we've been asking between 5 to yeah, maybe up to 11, depending on if you're Rastafarian or not, and then how much can you hold on your person. That's the goal here. Some of the things we're pushing for is expungement, automatic expungement of anybody who's been arrested for cannabis, as long as it was not non-violent. We're also pushing for, let's see, more community resources. So the funds from the industry comes back in the community again, right? Which is needed, especially.
Pretty, they are pushing good thing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. What do you mean, man? And cops.
Because we're looking like
yeah, man.
Up in St. Mark's, right, is very poor, from my understanding. So we need to like really help out people. Yeah. And let's see, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. So a lot happening.
So Pretty, who pushing it? The IRN. Who's the mother bird?
Like, so it's mostly got me, Dr. Marcel, Dr. Guido Marcel, is a botanist and pharmacologist here. Is really we using his experience, right? You know, understanding of plants to really help here. We kind of feel like he's the last push we need because of his experience when it comes to plants.
So Pretty, what the Rastas are written about that, thinking about that, what they doing, seeing that they are pushing it and there's good vibes, they are pushing.
Oh man, that's another story. Now they want him back because he's what the work he's doing.
See what's showing it. So this thing the man do I good and not a good. So put me on the INM vibe. I want to be there.
Okay.
But yeah, what do you mean I want to be there? Because our document, our certain things that can take place because the majority of clothes people have on this book made from marijuana. The emperor with no clothes. Daughter, look behind it. He has something behind the emperor with no clothes. I might want to read it. I'll give Bevan to read it. Because he's a good reader. Trust me. And we need that. That's the next thing. Read it slow.
Yes.
In the back.
Yeah. How dangerous is marijuana compared with other substances? So tobacco, we have 340,000 to 450,000 American deaths per year. Alcohol, not including 50% of all highway deaths and 60% of all murders. So alcohol means like DUI. 103,000. Aspirin, including deliberate overdose, 180 to 1,000 plus. Caffeine from stress, ulcers, and caffeine triggers the irregular heartbeat. 1,000 to 10,000. Legal drug overdose, so like volume mixed with like alcohol. So a lot of people who are prescription, they mix alcohol, and it should tell you if you're taking like antibiotics.
Some of them chew the tablet and still take still drink the
100,000 plus. Illicit drug overdose, So like illegal drugs, 3,800 to 5,200, and we have marijuana zeroed, and we have no documented case.
Like I can overdose in marijuana. If you know what we do smoke it, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it makes you
Simple.
sleepy.
So this book, and you know I leave that a gift for getting. You know what for the book in? If you bring a book here, that was $120. I want to show me all these things you see in this book. Marijuana, clothes, everything. All these different things marijuana made this in the USA.
And
you know in Virginia, in the 17th century, if you did not plant marijuana, they used to charge you.
yes, I was just going to say that too. So, call him for victory. So, being a Navy guy.
I don't want these people. These people is entertainers, so they make you smile. This is you a smile like a pretty. They make you smile. I don't bother them people. Them people show me how they're foolish. And yet I don't look at them foolish enough. But they could show you the foolish man is. Why you criticize, you listen, you fight with me. I have it there too. And when you go there, you can't speak against it. You're crazy. Wait, you can't speak against me. People laugh at you.
Yeah, you can walk through.
Me telling you. I agree. I can have a secret Grenada. The police are brass man already. I was all disrespected. What's with I think I cool.